keep it real with Am. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts. We don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth. Don't play with the voice. Ay, let's keep it real with Am. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts. We don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth. Don't play with the voice. We talk fake friends, side dudes, heartbreak too. Baby mamas, baby daddies, nothing off the menu. She ain't scared to speak it, now she built for the flame. Say your name without say your name, if it's smoke, it's the same. Energy loud, T stay hot. Truth hit different when it land on the spot. So fix your face, don't flinch, don't scam. It's the queen of real talk, yeah, that's Am. Let's keep it real with Am. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts, we don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth, don't play with the voice. Ay, let's keep it real with Am. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts, we don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth, don't play with the voice.
Hey y'all. Let me see. Okay, so we gonna talk about Jeff Epstein. Y'all know that Jeff is one of the freakiest men. Jeff, Diddy, and Trump and them, all them men is industry men. But anyway, wait, y'all, hold up. Yeah, hey Penny J. But y'all, we finna get into it. Something just dropped not too long ago. We finna go ahead and get into it. Let me go. My glasses need to be clean. I need to take my hold on. Let me go ahead and get into it. Because Trump just released something. Hey everybody.
It is illegal.
Oh, let me read my commentary, my disclaimer under the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing.
Legal. It violates the federal law. There is a Trump DOJ cover-up. It is illegal. It violates the federal law. The president himself was forced to sign. That is the big thrust of this story. It took up, well, the first half of our newscast tonight, and we discussed it with lawyers and one member of the House committee in charge. There is also new information, and both things can be true. And so we have dedicated some time tonight because the new information substantively matters, even though, I'd be the first to tell you, it may not have as wide a political impact. But Trump and his DOJ are facing the pressure from survivors over the cover-up I've told you about. Trump isn't really seen in the first tranche of documents we got from the first document up. Instead, the DOJ famously put out these other photos. Celebrities, Mick Jagger, Kevin Spacey. Those photos, while salacious, don't tell a legal story about their culpability. We did see Trump in some places. His name appears on a check in a photo. We don't know who wrote the name. We don't know the whole story behind the photo, the redaction done by the source. There's also a 2020 lawsuit that alleges Trump took a 14-year-old girl to Mar-a-Lago. Epstein took her there where she was introduced to Trump. And that, quote, Trump smiled and nodded in agreement as they talked about her as some kind of prospect. But that's a lawsuit that's long been on the books. Trump's denied any wrongdoing. The new files are absent of much new material on him. I want to bring in Emily Bazelon from the New York Times Magazine and go right to a key complaint, Emily. This is from 1996 in the newly released files. We'll put this up here. And I'm just going to give you some material on it. Bear with me. control room's going to give me. Yeah, here we go. Complainant took pictures of her sisters. 1996 complaint, and I'm just going to read. Child pornography from Maria Farmer was the complainant, dated September 96. Now I'll read you what's up here. Took pictures of her sisters, 12 and 16. It was for what she viewed as personal artwork, what you might call family business. She, in the complaint, says Epstein stole the photos and then was selling them. So that's the stealing of what he was trying to turn into child pornography and then the potential trafficking in it. Annie Farmer is one of the sisters in the photos, and I want to play her. Take a listen.
To see it in writing and to know that they had this document this entire time, and how many people were harmed after that date, it just, you know, we've been saying it over and over, but to see it in black and white that way has been very emotional.
Emily, this is all new, and we wanted to get your view on this specific evidence. One thing it shows.
Okay, what godchild D said, she said, wait, I got a question. So if people is found on the files, are they in trouble? I don't know, because Chris Rock, or is it Chris Tucker is found. Diddy is found on there. Diddy, Chris Tucker, man, it's a lot of people. I'm gonna show y'all who some of the people is they found. Let's just finish watching this. So I don't know. That's good. That's a good question.
Is that she was telling the truth. This is what they call contemporaneous corroboration. That she said, hey, I went to the authorities, and she didn't feel anything was really meaningfully done. It took until Friday for us to see the documentation. Now we know that all the way back to 96, there's corroboration. And the authorities did get this complaint. It's a very serious one, child pornography. And apparently Epstein got out from under that all the way back then.
Yeah, this is important.
That's
I'm
what I
glad
want
we're
to
talking
know.
about it.
Marie
and Annie Farmer have been saying all these years that they filed this complaint. And the significance, of course, is that the authorities were on notice that Epstein had this interest in pictures of nude girls that, you know, were created for one purpose, and then it seems like he was using for another purpose, which was child pornography. And the fact that Maria and Annie Farmer complained about this so long ago, told the police, lodged the complaint, and then nothing was done. And all these years, they have been asserting that they did this, but they couldn't prove it. They couldn't show that complaint really existed. And so we had to take their word for it. Well, now, as you said, it's clear that they were telling the truth. And that becomes part of this story of how long Epstein was able to get away with these crimes. It goes back much longer than we previously could verify.
Today I choose us how to screen for colon cancer. Give me Cologuard.
Excuse me? You just need a prescription.
Victory!
Cologuard is for people 45 plus at average risk, not high risk. False positive and negative results may occur. Ask your provider for Cologuard.
And doesn't it make the feds look worse because they know things other people don't know? When they got involved in the 2006 Florida case, there were some people pursuing that seriously. The Palm Beach police chief was seen as aggressive, and he clashed with the feds. And the feds basically.
Let me say this before if anybody want to know, I just automatically assumed that everybody knew who Jeffrey Epstein was. But for the ones that don't know, Jeffrey Epstein was accused of running a cult-like network of sexually assaulting underage girls across the properties he owned, most notably in the U.S., Virgin Islands, and Palm Beach, Florida. And that was his thing, right? I believe he unalived himself back in 2019, maybe awaiting trial for the sex trafficking. I'm not for sure, but if somebody want to correct me, they can in the comments.
Said this is being overdone. That was their claim, and they were lowering the temperature.
Me too.
Does it make them look worse that now we know in their files this whole time, back a decade earlier, they'd already gotten an alert about this guy being involved in some of the most heinous, serious federal crimes that exist, which is sexual trafficking of child pornography as content, which abuses children, or the actual trafficking of human children.
Yes, it absolutely makes the feds look worse. And that story has always been so hard to understand because, often it is the feds who come in and make crimes more serious, right? If they're involved, that means federal charges that ups the ante, that ups the sentencing.
Well, I'll agree with you and let you finish. That's why, again, for people who aren't lawyers, when they say, hey, don't make a federal case out of it, that means if something is minor, don't make a federal bigger case out of it. And you're reminding everyone that's the norm. This was totally aberrant.
Exactly. And now we know that they were looking the other way about even more evidence of wrongdoing, that they should have been taken seriously. And the reason is why, what was happening in that office that pulled them off the track? Is it that this is an era when often the complaints of young women and girls were not taken seriously enough? Not that we're necessarily out of that time, but I think it was even more true in the 90s. Or was something worse going on, something that suggests that there was deal making, some kind of fix that was in? We do know, obviously, that this part of the story ends with this sweetheart deal for Jeffrey Epstein, which is itself really mind-boggling.
Right. I want to show also other material we got Friday. This is FBI notes from 2019. And they show the strength of the evidence against Epstein. There's a document that has handwritten notes. That's how the FBI often will do initial intake. And you see the reference to Friends of Friends, a Brazilian group, that they were, quote, running out of girls. That's describing what the sex trafficker's viewpoint was. And a reference says Epstein didn't want a Spanish or a girl of a certain complexion, quote unquote. Another part says they witnessed asking for an ID, and they were IDing in the reverse criminal direction. They wanted to make sure under 18 because they weren't believing them, and they, quote, messed up by bringing more older girls. These are the type of investigative materials, Emily, that aren't usually public. This law says because of everything that's happened, they should be more public than usual. What do you see as important there? It suggests the FBI had strong evidence on him.
Well, the idea that people are trying to make sure that girls are young enough, and that young enough here means underage in a way that's illegal, that's also damning. And I think it's important to remember we're looking at these materials years later, after they've been redacted, and that's really important that they not reveal private information about victims. But what we're doing here is trying to assess the way that the various authorities involved handled these crimes, knowing in the end how serious and extensive they were.
I want to see something because it's some victims now, Speak.
I lost 110 pounds. You couldn't tell at all because of my excess skin. So Novella changed that.
Introducing the new Lift EX, the just one visit total body transformation.
I decided to give Sonobello a try. You can see my waist.
Lift EX.
This is Jeffrey and Ghislaine at their best. So they sent me to a Thai massage school, but not only that, I had to be in Thailand to pick up another victim. I was supposed to bring another victim home who was also staying at the Princess Hotel in Chiang Mai. And I never ended up meeting up with her. I never brought her back. I met this fella over here, and that was my journey off to Australia. Never looked back.
How did you let Jeffrey Epstein know that that's what you were doing?
I called him from the room when we just got married, from my hotel room, and I said,
I had a falling out with him a long time ago. I don't think I've spoken to him for 15 years. I wasn't a fan. I was not, a long time ago. I'd say maybe 15 years.
Oh, he's so guilty. I hope he get in trouble, man. I hope y'all president get in trouble.
Except when I was. Hi again, everybody. It's 5 o'clock in New York. From, quote, terrific guy to, quote, not a fan, Donald Trump has had every answer when asked about his relationship with the deceased sex offender, Jeffrey Epstein. Now on the eve of the deadline for the Justice Department to release the Epstein files in their entirety, the New York Times is out with some extraordinary, brand new, exhaustive reporting that could just be the tip of the iceberg on describing the relationship between Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump. The reporting is based on more than 30 interviews with Epstein's employees, survivors, and people who have crossed paths with the two men. From that report, quote, over the years, Mr. Epstein or his partner, Ghislaine Maxwell, introduced at least 6 women who have accused them of grooming or abuse to Mr. Trump, according to interviews, court testimony, and other records. One was a minor at the time. None have accused Mr. Trump himself of inappropriate behavior. One of the women, who has never before spoken publicly about the experience, told the New York Times that Mr. Epstein had coerced her into attending 4 parties at Mr. Epstein's home. Mr. Trump attended all 4, the woman said. At 2 of them, she said Mr. Epstein directed her to have sex with other male guests. The New York Times notes that they have found no evidence implicating Trump in Epstein's abuse and trafficking of minors, but that the two men's relationship was far closer and more complex than Trump has admitted. According to that new reporting, the two bonded over the fact that, quote, neither man drank or did drugs. They pursued women in a game of ego and dominance. Female bodies were currency, end quote.
Wow.
And on their pursuit of women, one woman telling the New York Times this, quote, I just think it was trophy hunting. While Trump can claim to somehow forget or rebrand his friendship with Epstein or his attendance at those 4 parties of Jeffrey Epstein's, women do not forget him. Quote, one woman, then a model and college student in her early 20s living in Manhattan, said she attended 4 parties at the mansion. She cannot recall the names of most of the men she met at the gatherings, not even those Mr. Epstein directed her to, quote, take care of at 2 of them. Recruited by Ms. Maxwell and then abused by Mr. Epstein, she buried her shame and kept their secrets for years. But Mr. Trump's presence stood out, she told the Times. He was a household name, someone Mr. Epstein often bragged about to the women around him, yet also seemed to compete with, quote, it was like a pissing contest. Who had the most women, she recalled.
Wow.
She spoke anonymously to describe her experiences in detail, saying she feared for her family's safety after Mr. Trump said some of his critics could be executed for sedition.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe
New information about the bond between Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump under scrutiny ahead of the release of the Epstein files is going to start the hour. New York Times reporter Nick Confessori is here. He's bylined on that stunning new piece of reporting we just read from. He's also a political analyst for our network. Also joining us, Tara Palmieri. She writes the Red Letter on Substack. She has hosted 2 acclaimed podcast series on the Epstein case. They are called Broken, Jeffrey Epstein, and Power, the Maxwells. Harry Litman is here. He's a former Deputy Attorney General and former U.S. Attorney. He is the host of the Talking Feds podcast. And perhaps most importantly, Danielle Bensky is here. She's one of the Epstein survivors who has bravely shared her story. She's done it here. We're so happy she's back. And she has been advocating for transparency from whoever's in power, in this case, the Trump administration. Danny, we can call you Danny?
Yeah.
I am always upset when I read these stories, but to read them sitting next to you is like next level. How are you?
Yeah, thank you for asking. I think it's, these days are so hard on survivors because we just don't know what is going to come out and when. And we anticipate so much for Friday. We're hoping for so much on Friday.
The deadline to release.
The deadline to release is tomorrow. And so I think we survivors have really been, it's that feeling of waiting in line where you have to wait, right? So you set yourself up to be able to wait. And then when you see these bits and pieces and you're told maybe it won't happen, or there are so many variables here that it's really hard to brace yourself for 1,000 different outcomes, A through Z. So I think survivors are really feeling that right now, and tension is very high.
One of the things that you and other survivors have helped me understand is that it is the push for transparency and accountability that has brought some of you together, but that you're not like some monolithic group that has like a morning staff meeting, like how are we going to achieve accountability and transparency after gazillion years?
That's right.
And so are some of these relationships still new? And just, can you tell me a little bit about what that is like to go through this with people that you may not have even have known
Yeah.
went
Was
through the
Trump
same
trying to
thing?
get
It's such
Diddy
an
not to go to
important thing
jail,
to talk
y'all?
about because each survivor has their own experience and it's all very unique. We're in different locations, we come from different backgrounds, different places, and we had this extraordinary moment where we all fought together. And there is a sisterhood in that, and it really does bond you. Like, I love these women. There is such an extreme bond between us where it's like, if I knew I couldn't be there at some point for my child, 5 other people would step in, and it's just incredible to have that. And we needed that strength. And it wasn't just within the Epstein Maxwell survivor community. It was really the survivor community as a whole. We were getting all these emails. We were getting all these calls from people that had never faced what happened to them. And they're saying, like, you're doing this for women everywhere. And there's so much power in that moment. And now that we're getting closer, it feels like now we have to retreat to our own stories a little bit more because we're all looking for very different things, and that can bring up some very different things. This was classic sex trafficking, right? And a lot of people don't understand what that means. And there were people that were forced to recruit and heavily manipulated into, so there are all these layers, right? And people are dealing with a lot. So I think as a survivor community, we are really trying to figure out what is the best way to support one another through this time and give people the space that they need, or for the verbal processors, how can we be supportive of that? But just really caring for one another. It's a lot of calls all day with a lot of different survivors and a lot of different groups, but just really checking in on one another is where it starts.
Are there people who hadn't talked about this? I mean, I know there are. I mean, there are people who hadn't told their close circle now as women about what happened to them as girls.
Yeah.
Are you in that category, or what has this been like for you?
So for me, I came forward in 2021, and it was sort of, it was on a whim. I had gone to thank my lawyer, Sigrid McCauley. I love her, and we had worked together on things. So I went to Ghislaine's hearing in 2021 with no intention of coming forward. And I just wanted to be present to start to face my own story, and because it had been a long time of just hiding in shame. The secrets all hide, in the dark. And so I was just trying to bring everything forward. And in that moment when I came forward, I was on the steps of the not the Capitol, but we were on the courthouse. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So we're on the steps of the courthouse, and we're leaving, and there are a bunch of reporters who were saying, "Is it Virginia?" Because I was masked at the time, and Sigrid said, "No, this is another Epstein survivor." And we had just spoken about Virginia Giuffre and her power and the original survivors that came forward, and I just felt like this amazing sensation of, it's my turn to, like, I need to help pass the torch. They carried this burden for so long. Maria Farmer, Annie Farmer, Jenna Lisa, like these people who just were tremendous in all these efforts, that I felt like if I don't say something, more girls are going to feel like the way I've been living in this shame. So it's time.
Do you think about Virginia now as you head toward the deadline tomorrow?
Like every day. Yeah. This moment would have been everything to her. I think it's such a shame that she was not here to see what happened with Prince Andrew and see the level of accountability that American people are pushing for. And I think she'd be proud of her survivor sisters. And I think that not a moment goes by that all of us feel like, we carry her message all the time.
I had something I want to see. It's on TikTok, y'all. What's up, Candy? Oh, oh, wow. Sure. Ooh, it's getting Bill Clinton. Ooh, uh-oh, this one Miss White and them right. Oh, ooh. Oh, Bill Clinton said Bill Clinton just called on Trump released full Epstein files, including all documents mentioning both Trump and Clinton. Refusal to do so will confirm the widespread suspicions that the DOJ's actions to date are not about transparency about the intuition. Intuition. Chuckle fuck. What the hell is a chuckle fuck? Never seen video. What the hell is a chuckle fuck? So they say shot video DOJ release Epstein never seen video and cell footage on death date. Oops. Wait a minute. What am I doing? What the hell? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Y'all missed what I was showing? Damn, y'all missed it?
Without explanation.
A photo. Were you surprised by the number of photos of Bill?
You may or may not have heard.
Were you a photo that
A release.
I just popped on.
This is what I was showing. Like, watch the video and
A release of tens of thousands of pages from the Jeffrey Epstein case files hasn't done much to dampen the controversy. The records include images of celebrities, several showing former President Bill Clinton. Also released travel logs and Epstein contact lists that include then private citizen Donald Trump's name. An Epstein phone message with Trump's name too, though none indicate any wrongdoing from the president. But the Justice Department's release was incomplete and laced with redactions. Annie Farmer is an Epstein survivor. Newly released documents appear to show her sister, another survivor, notified the FBI about Epstein back in 1996.
There's an awful lot of redactions. An awful lot. You don't seem surprised by that.
I think we have all prepared ourselves for what redactions might look like, and that they could be used to continue to protect predators and protect other people in power.
At least 15 files initially released were taken down without explanation, according to a CBS News review, including an image that appeared to show Trump in at least one photo. The Justice Department later clarified that image was flagged for additional review and then reposted after it was determined there was no evidence Epstein survivors were in the image. The Deputy Attorney General claims it's all to protect survivors, not Trump.
This was a slap in the face of survivors.
Congressman Ro Khanna and Thomas Massey, who sponsored the bipartisan legislation requiring the release of the full case files by last Friday, said they consider legal action or impeachment proceedings against the Attorney General.
They're flouting the spirit and the letter of the law.
The Department of Justice is also working on removing some redactions, but will have to explain to Congress within the next 2 weeks why it's redacting information and what it is holding back. The law allows redactions in certain specific instances, such as protecting the identities of survivors. The Justice Department says it is not ruling out bringing additional charges against anyone else involved in Epstein's crimes, Vlad.
A release of tens of thousands of pages from the Jeffrey Epstein case files hasn't done much to dampen the controversy. The records include images of celebrities, several showing former President Bill Clinton. Also released travel logs and Epstein contact lists that include then private citizen Donald Trump's name. An Epstein phone message with Trump's name too, though none indicate any wrongdoing from the president. But the Justice Department's release was incomplete and laced with redactions. Annie Farmer is an Epstein survivor. Newly released documents appear to show her sister, another survivor, notified the FBI about Epstein back in 1996.
There's an awful lot of redactions. An awful lot. You don't seem surprised by that.
I think we have all prepared ourselves for what redactions might look like, and that they could be used to continue to protect predators and protect other people in power.
At least 15 files initially released were taken down without explanation, according to a CBS News review, including an image that appeared to show Trump in at least one photo. The Justice Department later clarified that image was flagged for additional review and then reposted after it was determined there was no evidence Epstein survivors were in the image. The Deputy Attorney General claims it's all to protect survivors, not Trump.
This was a slap in the face of survivors.
Congressman Ro Khanna and Thomas Massey, who sponsored the bipartisan legislation requiring the release of the full case files by last Friday, said they consider legal action or impeachment proceedings against the Attorney General.
They're flouting the spirit and the letter of the law.
The Department of Justice is also working on removing some redactions, but will have to explain to Congress within the next 2 weeks why it's redacting information and what it is holding back. The law allows redactions in certain specific instances, such as protecting the identities of survivors. The Justice Department says it is not ruling out bringing additional charges against anyone else
involved in Epstein's crimes, Vlad. A release of tens of thousands of pages.
I just popped on so you don't instantly start scrolling. Let this guy rant, and I'll be right back.
I'm so sick and tired of these Democrats, dog. Y'all are such hypocrites. Now that the Epstein files came out, we see Bill Clinton in a jacuzzi laid out.
Oh, this for Miss White.
Like this here, and we see him in his little silk shirt standing next to Jeffrey Epstein. Now y'all don't have nothing to say. Now all of a sudden you on a witch hunt after Trump. Oh, well, Trump was at Epstein Island. They deleting information because Trump name on it. What about Bill Clinton? He need to address that.
I agree. I think Bill Clinton and anyone else implicated or involved in those photos should have to make some sort of statement, should have to say something about, oh, look, he did. Bill Clinton just called for Trump to release the full Epstein files, including all documents mentioning both Trump and Clinton. Refusal to do so will confirm the widespread suspicions the DOJ's actions to date are not about transparency, but about insinuation. And here it is, if you want to pause it and read it. Here's the statement where he's saying, yeah, release the files, release all of it. And yeah, he's in pictures and I want answers, but it also is weird when some of the pictures are stuff like this, with faces blanked out. When we confirm this is a picture we already know of, which is Bill Clinton with Michael Jackson, Diana Ross's son, and Michael Jackson's 2 children. This makes it look like it's Bill Clinton and Michael Jackson with victims, and it's not. But buried among the original posters' whataboutisms is this gem.
You don't see any photos of Donald Trump in the jacuzzi laid out.
Yeah, that's weird. Why don't we have any pictures of Donald Trump in a hot tub or in other compromising positions?
I'm sick
This
of
one's
you.
not readable. It's completely redacted.
Oh, that's right, because they're redacting the fuck out of everything. In fact, out of the heavily redacted stuff they've released, which is only a fragment of what they have, they've already gone back and started deleting stuff that they realized they didn't want to release. Stuff that had pictures of Donald Trump in them that people missed. And then they deleted after the fact. Also, not for nothing, that picture of Bill Clinton in the hot tub. That hot tub has been confirmed as being a public hot tub at a hotel, not at the house or the island. They were at some hotel. But just to be clear, I made this and I stand by that shit. I don't care if you're a billionaire or a movie star. I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. I don't care if I even voted for you. In fact, if I voted for you, I probably wanted even more. So yeah, release all the files. And you chuckle fucks sitting here trying to make excuses.
What the hell is a chuckle fuck? That's what I was talking about before because I was laughing. I was listening to this. What the fuck is a chuckle fuck?
You're just a pop.
What?
And you chuckle fucks sitting here trying to make excuses. Release all the files. And you chuckle fucks sitting here trying
He's a nice looking white man too. You what? Chuckle fuck.
to make excuses. Voted for you. I probably wanted even more. So yeah, release all the files. And you chuckle fucks sitting here trying to make excuses. You're just apologists for people who preyed on children.
Chuckle fuck.
And that says a lot of fucked up shit about you. I just popped on so you don't instantly start scrolling. Let me let this guy rant. I'll be right back.
I'm so sick and tired of these Democrats, dog. Y'all are such hypocrites. Now that the Epstein
President Trump just shared his thoughts on the Epstein file release. This is the first time he said anything about it since Friday.
They're asking me questions about Jeffrey Epstein. I thought that was finished. I believe they gave over 100,000 pages of documents. And there is tremendous backlash. It's an interesting question because a lot of people are very angry that pictures are being released of other people that really had nothing to do with Epstein, but they're in a picture with him because he was at a party. And you ruin a reputation of somebody. So a lot of people are very angry that this continues. A lot of Republicans are angry because of the fact that it's just used to deflect against a tremendous success.
So in case you didn't catch that, President Trump, who signed the Epstein Transparency Act into law back in November, was talking today about it during a press conference at Mar-a-Lago. He was talking about the backlash that is happening over what his—
Trump think he's safe from this. Trump, you ain't safe. You going down, Trump. You going down. You know how they say Holly going to jail? Trump going to jail.
Department of Justice
You done set yourself up, Trump.
released and what they didn't release. And to be clear, in Trump's view, he believes the backlash to the file release isn't happening because his Department of Justice isn't following the law that says All the files were supposed to be released last Friday. And the backlash is also not because the survivors of Jeffrey Epstein aren't getting the information that they want and deserve. In Trump's view, the backlash is happening because Trump says there are pictures being released of Jeffrey Epstein with other men. And that, according to Trump, is ruining the reputations of those men because they just simply appeared in a photograph with Epstein, and those photographs are now public. Now, for the record, the Epstein Transparency Act forbids the Department of Justice from redacting someone's face just because it may be embarrassing or cause reputational harm to that person. It's not an excuse to redact their image. And that's in the law that Trump signed. Plus, he also said nothing about the survivors today. Now, Trump did not use the word hoax today, but he did say the release of the files is simply being used by politicians to deflect what Trump sees as his own tremendous successes. Trump also trashed Representative Thomas Massie, the Republican from Kentucky who co-sponsored the Epstein Transparency Act, calling him a loser. For the record, every single Republican in both the House and the Senate, -1, voted yes to pass the Epstein Transparency Act. And the reality is, Massie wasn't the only Republican responsible for this. Now, we are still anticipating more Epstein photos and documents will be released by the Department of Justice in the coming days and weeks. President Trump just shared his thoughts on the Epstein.
I just popped on so you don't.
President.
As you all know, the files have been released, and some of these photos might shock you. Yes, these are disturbing, and there is definitely some trigger warning advised. Some of these things actually, I had to take a break. But these are supposedly some photos from the island, you guys, Epstein Island. There were multiple different islands, and they, obviously took a little private jet there. Here's a photo of, listening to music on the jet. Like I said, there's a lot of Bill Clinton. And like I said, there's so many that have been redacted. These little schoolgirl dresses really, truly broke my heart. And these are in like a pink little girl's room. As you can see, Ghislaine Maxwell and looks like Bill Clinton it's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of shocking things. And then this one right here, like I said, trigger warning. These are actually tools that were used to SA. And look how tiny these freaking robes are. Like, oh my God. They're so small, man. You see how small that is? And supposedly these are photos, labeled photos of children. Yeah. And you can see the Pope, pictures of Epstein with Trump, pictures of Epstein with multiple leaders, worldwide leaders. This is one of the photos of his birthday party, a little girl. Yeah, one of the victims. My God, you could just feel the entities, the evil in these photos, through these photos. And you'll never realize how some of your favorite celebrities might have been there. We really can't put anything past anyone, for real. All I hope for is that there is justice for the victims in this situation, and that the truth will prevail. And even to the convicted felon in the office right now, the truth will prevail. To every man and woman who put children through.
Hold on, let me read. She say, I don't know, Amber. Trump is a white man that has gotten away with so much illegal shit. He might just get away with whatever he did with Epstein. Trump should have been locked up. He is the only person that I know that committed crimes and still can run for president. Like, how is that even possible? You do have a point. Hey, Kia, you do have a point. Yup, gotcha. Yup. I believe the House of Senate has been threatened in the past and probably currently too. Oh, that dude. Chris Tucker explained that it wasn't an island. When did he explain that? The victims said they want Trump. Oh, the victims want Trump? Money talk, bullshit walk. So remember, y'all can't get the House and the Senate out and most stepping down. So open seats. March, May, and November. Oh. All right, let's see.
The absolute worst trauma, the truth will prevail. This is a signed check from Trump. Yeah, just a lot of celebrities.
What is this? What is going on? You know what? What is this? What is going on? Now, what is this?
You might have seen before. Very disturbing. The wife of Prince Andrew and a victim here posing together. And this man right here, this is chilling because who is this man? He smiles in every single photo. Every single photo on the island, he's smiling. As you all know, the files have been released.
Who is this? Who is this man right
This
here?
is a signed check from Trump. Yeah, just a lot of celebrities.
Who is this? Who is this man? Who is this? Oh God, who is these folks? Oh, this Mick Jagger. I don't even know who that is. Yes, baby, Chris Tucker is there, but damn Chris Tucker, we want Trump. We don't give a damn about Chris Tucker. We want Trump's ass.
As you all know, the files have been released.
Malish said that Chris Tucker already explained this. I don't care about Chris Tucker being there. I want Trump.
And some of these photos might.
Now, I ain't gonna let y'all talk about Bill Clinton for long either. I like Bill Clinton myself.
Shock you. Yes, these are disturbing, and there is definitely some trigger warning advised. Some of these things actually, I had to take a break. But these are supposedly some photos from the island, you guys. Epstein Island. There were multiple different islands, and they, obviously took a little private jet there. There's a photo of, listening to music on the jet. Like I said, there's a lot of Bill Clinton.
It was there too.
And like I said, there's so many that have been redacted. These little schoolgirl dresses really truly broke my heart. And these are in like a pink little girl's room. As you can see, Ghislaine Maxwell and looks like Bill Clinton it's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of shocking things. And then this one right here, like I said, trigger warning. These are actually tools that were used to SA. And look how tiny these freaking robes are. Like, oh my God. They're so small, man. You see how small that is? And supposedly these are photos, labeled photos of children.
I ain't believing Bill Clinton did.
And you can see the Pope, pictures of Epstein with Trump, pictures of Epstein with multiple leaders, worldwide leaders. This is one of the photos of his birthday party, a little girl. Yeah, one of the victims.
So everybody was so this is where Diddy was this around Diddy party's time? When was this? In the 90s? Boy, the 90s was something serious, baby.
My God, you could just feel the entities, the evil in these photos, through these photos. And you'll never realize how some of your favorite celebrities might have been there. We really can't put anything past anyone, for real. All I hope for is that there is justice for the victims in this situation, and that the truth will prevail. And even to the convicted felon in the office right now, the truth will prevail. To every man and woman who put children through the absolute worst trauma, the truth will prevail. This is a signed check from Trump. Yeah, just a lot of celebrities you might have seen before. Very disturbing. The wife of Prince Andrew and a victim here posing together. And this man right here, this is chilling because who is this man? He smiles in every single photo. Every single photo on the island, he's smiling. As you all know, the files have been released.
President Trump just shared his thoughts on.
As you all, yeah, so it looks.
Well, they didn't scrub everything. I don't know if you guys have been looking through the files like I have, but there are pages and pages, hundreds of pages that are just completely blacked out, which is completely illegal. However, they didn't scrub everything because I found something. And don't worry, I have receipts. Here you go. It looks like this was filed in 2020. She was 14 years old. She was 14 years old when Epstein took her to Mar-a-Lago and introduced her to Donald J. Trump. You can read it yourself. Epstein elbowed Trump.
Wait a minute. Introduced her to who? Let me repeat that. Wait.
14 and don't, because I found something. And don't worry, I have receipts. Here you go. It looks like this was filed in 2020. She was 14 years old. She was 14 years old when Epstein took her to Mar-a-Lago and introduced her to Donald J. Trump. You can read it yourself. Epstein elbowed Trump playfully, asking him, "This is a good one, right?"
That's what I want to know.
She was 14. Trump smiled.
Candy, I have that question when it comes to R. Kelly. I have that question when it comes to Diddy. I have that same question when it comes to this kind of stuff. Where are these people's parents? That's my question.
In agreement. I don't want any of you ever again telling me he's not involved in this. Read it yourself, even though they are combing through this, trying to redact any mention of anyone in their club. You can read it right here. Stop lying to yourself. Get on the right side of history. Well, they didn't scrub everything. I don't know if you guys have been looking through the files like I have, but there are pages and pages, hundreds of pages that are good.
Y'all.
Well, they didn't scrub.
Y'all, so it looks like Trump left some stuff out.
Oh, they messing with wait a minute, y'all. They messing with Trump so bad. This shit's so funny. Hold on.
Seemed like the redacted the documents that were released. Yeah, found his name right here. While these visits made Doe extremely uncomfortable, Epstein and Maxwell made her feel she could not refuse them. During this time, Epstein started to pay for voice lessons for Doe and insisted that Doe could not advance her career in any way without him. We're going to go down here. During one of Doe's encounters with Epstein, he took her to Mar-a-Lago, where he introduced her to its owner, Donald J. Trump. Introduced.
Man, y'all, Donald J. Trump's name is ringing, y'all. But I do think he still would be protected, y'all. That's the sad thing.
14-year-old Doe to Donald J. Trump. Epstein elbowed Trump playfully, asking him, referring to Doe. This is a good one, right?
You want to say something? I'm going to go ahead and mute.
Yeah, so listen.
Okay.
Let me tell you what's going on. This is why he back on that ballot in November. I didn't know this until I've been talking, about the political stuff. They already knew he was in there. When they sworn, he took forever to sworn that lady in because this was she was going to do. He is back on November ballot. That's why they pushing to get the Republicans out. There are 3 Republicans who know their job is in their hands, in our hands, because of the medical insurance. Not because of that. They're not agreeing with Trump. They have turned their backs. All of them, except Rumpelstiltskin, has turned their backs on Trump. Trump is doing whatever he can to make it look like I had nothing to do with it.
Girl,
Pam
you better
Bondi
shut up.
is getting impeached. Homeland Security Barbie is on the line for impeachment. JD Vance, his homeboy, is trying to run for 2028.
Girl, you better shut up. When I say this is getting deep.
Yes, it's a lot going on. That's why they had that rapper girl with the pink wig lady trying to fight and use her as a pawn. Because his goal is for dictatorship over America, have allies, and take their country and be dictatorship everywhere.
Ooh.
So that's what they're doing. And Diddy, okay, now I'm gonna say this because y'all is real nasty. Diddy didn't have kids, but he had men. They were grown men. He liked to be in competition with men, with women. So, like,
wait a minute, Diddy had minor boys too, because he
no,
had
it was
Usher
men.
and he had Justin Bieber up there too
At the party. But when it comes to the hotel parties, the reason why he went down was he used his credit card for a bad boy. He would take cash out the ATM and, oh gosh, I'm gonna try to be graphic. He wanted a certain activity done in order to pay 10,000 and up. He would take male strippers, there are male gigolos, and he would have them, and he with Cassie and 50 Cent baby mama, where everybody knows who she is now. It's from 10,000 to 50,000 if they do one thing. If he don't get that and it's more than up to 12 hours, it's $5,000. He has a thing with, and when I watched the documentary, it seemed like he undercoverly like to use his power with grown men, and he got a vendetta, like a vindictiveness of, yeah, yeah. He's nasty. He was nasty. So one of them is going back to court with him and Cassie because he's saying that they didn't use protection, and he's saying that something happened after that. So he like to beat on the women, make them do stuff, and then when he asked the girl, he say when he asked Cassie, he say, "How y'all do this so long?" She said pink dust, pills, and other stuff. And he would smack her around and make her go back out there and do it for 12 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's
Candy, if you get time, Jeffrey Epstein got a documentary so you could be more familiar with it on Netflix.
Go watch it.
Yep, and
Because-
Diddy, 50 Cent just did. Diddy's documentary scared me so bad that 50 Cent did that I stopped watching. I couldn't even get past it because it scared me. It was so
The only thing that he didn't tell the truth about was with Tupac, because it wasn't Diddy, it was somebody else. But it wasn't Diddy with that. Now
I didn't even
Diddy,
get
I'm
to
not
Tupac
sure.
part. I didn't even get the Tupac part. It was so nasty and scary to me. Like I just
Yeah,
can't believe these people is like this.
he got an issue, and he told his victims, he was like, "I don't remember doing none of that." Of course you don't. You was high most of the time.
Yep.
You don't remember nothing. But yeah, Diddy was nasty. Epstein, I know Epstein, when Trump first time, I think he was warning people. He had stuff on him. And now I'm thinking with Omarosa, remember they kicked her out and banned her. She had recordings and stuff. So I don't know. It's starting to make sense.
If you want to see Jeff Epstein, they got a Netflix on Netflix. They got his documentary. Girl, I can't pronounce words. I'm getting just better.
Documentary.
Picking with Jeannie time.
But yeah, it's bad. Trump is trying to cover up. He's also it came out that when he forget his words, they say something is he's sick. That's why he's trying to change policies, because he don't know what the policies are in place.
I wouldn't be.
I'm not surprised.
Trump smiled and nodded in agreement. They both chuckled, and Doe felt uncomfortable, but all the time was too young to understand why. Looks like the DOJ forgot to redact this one. As you can see the dates. Yeah. What y'all think? Y'all, so it looks like Trump left some-
Donald J. Trump, what is you gonna do, boy? Donald
I
J.
don't know why he trying to hide it, because he told everybody he like grabbing women. So I mean, you do it. We've been doing
You
that.
may or may not have heard that my photo did leak in the Epstein files. It's been a really challenging past couple of days. I can't even go out in public because it's just so embarrassing, and I've been getting a bunch of messages on TikTok about it. So the guy right here, I don't know who that is, but this is me in the Winnie the Pooh costume.
Well, how would
you may or may not have
heard? Now, wait a minute now. Wait. Now, how we know that's her in the Winnie the Pooh?
It was at Disney World. I know one of the victims said she was 14. The one that she read, that is true. I know I think it was a man, I forgot his last name. He stepped down. And he was supposed to be over Department of Offense. He was dating a girl that was 17 at the time. He met off her online, and he was getting sued, and he brought her a fake passport and had her lie about her age.
Who?
One of the guys that was supposed to be Secretary of Defense, and he stepped down and got somebody else. He stepped down because he had a lawsuit. He still
Hold on,
has
I
one
gotta
to
look
this day.
back at this because where in the world?
You may or may
Most
not have heard
of
that my photo did leak in the Epstein files. It's been a really challenging past couple of days. I can't even go out in public because it's just so embarrassing, and I've been getting a bunch of messages on TikTok about it. So the guy right here, I don't know who that is, but this is me in the Winnie the Pooh costume. You may or may not have heard.
What in the?
I highly doubt that Trump is actually in the Epstein files, and let me tell you why. For starters,
That's a
this
lie.
picture
He
right here,
sure
along with a
is.
small clip of him
He
and
is. He in it heavy
He
too.
is. He
He's in
bad.
it heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Epstein dancing in the 90s are the two biggest pieces of evidence for why people think he's in the files. And this picture right here is actually not from Epstein's Island at all. This is a picture from Mar-a-Lago. And let me tell you a little bit about the history of Jeffrey Epstein and Mar-a-Lago. Trump originally bought Mar-a-Lago as a personal residence, and then when he turned it into a nightclub, it became the most revolutionary nightclub in Palm Beach. During the time that he was turning Mar-a-Lago into a nightclub, Black people and Jewish people were very discriminated against in the club scene. A lot of clubs, basically all the clubs in Palm Beach.
Nah, baby, this ain't good
Yeah,
enough.
he is because of what Trump daddy did in New York. That's why they don't like him. So yes.
Yeah, but baby, you can't even try this thing. He is in here, baby.
Did not want to let them in. Mar-a-Lago was the only club in Palm Beach that would let. I highly doubt that Trump.
What is this, girl?
I think that's a document. No. Is that? Oh no! Yes, I did. That's one of the emails because the emails leaked before that came out. That's when I told you. Remember, I told you how they said Clinton called. No, they called Clinton Bubba,
Mm-hmm.
and they put Trump name in it. He said it was fake, but they said that Trump and Clinton and they look on TikTok when they asked Clinton about it, how he lowered his eyes when they asked him about Trump and walked off.
Wait a minute, that's on there?
Yes.
That's on there?
It's on TikTok. Yeah,
What I
they
need
said
to
that
ask?
they had Bill Clinton and Trump when Bill Clinton was asked about the Epstein files.
Oh, here it is.
Were you surprised by the number of photos of Bill Clinton in the Epstein
go back.
files? And can you commit to their
He
full
is
release
one
by the
where
end
a
of the
woman
year? Some of the
came up to
victims
him
were
and asked
protesting,
him
but too
about
many of them
Trump
were redacted.
and
I
asked
know
him
there are a
was
lot
he
of people
on his
that
knees.
are angry about
Wait a
all
minute, hold up. What you said now?
When Bill Clinton was asked if Trump was on his knees, and he looked and chuckled and laughed and walked away.
I can't.
Oh, I say, wait, what? I swear he did. He looked at him. He started chuckling. I was like,
Oh, wait a minute. I can't. Wait, hold up.
I don't like the pictures of Bill Clinton being shown. I don't like the pictures of other people being shown. I think it's a terrible thing. I think Bill Clinton's
Let me see if I can
a
find
big boy.
it.
He can handle it. But you probably have pictures being exposed of other people.
Were you surprised by the number of photos of Bill Clinton in the Epstein files? And can you commit to their full release?
President Trump has installed plaques beneath.
Breaking news. Private moment between Donald Trump and Bill Clinton raises question. A photograph that has recently resurfaced, captured inside a private office, is generating intense discussion in political circles and on social media today. The image shows two prominent figures in an intimate, behind-the-scenes moment. One sitting calmly while the other appears to be kneeling, adjusting the seated man's suit. Recorded in what appears to be a personal library or an executive office, the setting is surrounded by dark wooden bookshelves filled with books, suggesting an environment of power and confidentiality. The date stamp in the corner of the
Breaking news, you know how Bill Clinton and Donald Trump were both in the Epstein files? Well, while Donald Trump is hiding the truth, Bill Clinton just called his bluff through a spokesman.
That's why I said I don't know if it's true about Bill Clinton because he called his bluff. Well, if you say if I'm in there, open it all up, let's see it. So that's why I said I don't know.
person, Clinton has demanded that the DOJ release every single instance of Bill Clinton in the Epstein files. Why? Because he says he has nothing to hide, and he wants the public to know because he believes that Donald Trump is selectively releasing documents that may make him look bad. Now think about it. If Donald Trump had an Epstein file that made Bill Clinton look really guilty, you don't think he would have wanted to release that a long time ago? And trust me, if Donald Trump was actually innocent, releasing the entire document with less redacted
inbox.
Okay.
Hold on, let me mute it. I'm finna send it to you right now. It was funny. I'm sorry.
would benefit him. Instead, we're getting 119 pages of blacked out words and over redactions. So release the full files, every page, every name, and every record. Because the cover up is
breaking news. Breaking news. A private moment between Donald.
And official documents show that Bill.
Is they playing that song with it?
That's a song he loves, so I guess they being it, they doing a little.
Who love that song? Girl, you better quit playing with me now. Huh?
He love that song.
Who?
Trump love that song.
Trump.
Hold on, is this the right one? No, hold on. Yes, it is. That's it. I just sent it to you on what you call it. Yeah, candy kisses. That's what I heard.
Is this any comment on the alleged allegation of your connection with Jeffrey Epstein? No.
Is this it right here?
That's when the text messages came out that he was Bubba, and that's what they call him. And they say, yeah, Donald won't say anything.
I don't think we're done.
Yep. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, but I don't see them saying that song.
Hello? Amber.
Oh. Now what?
Did mine freeze up?
Y'all can see it. Y'all can't hear what he's saying though. Why y'all see it? Y'all can't hear what he's saying though.
Yeah.
When Trump was smitten, everyone couldn't help but stare. This wasn't a casual handshake or pat on the shoulder. Those present began speculating about their relationship. I'm even worried about potential awkwardness or tension. In fact, their cheerful laughter concealed three surprising reasons. The first reason was that Trump was concerned about Clinton's health. Clinton had not only undergone heart bypass surgery, but he was also significantly overweight. Trump simply wanted to gauge the effects of his weight loss, so he lightly touched his stomach. However, the angle of his gesture was somewhat odd, appearing a little comical.
But who can? They don't like each other, so I don't understand.
Wait a minute.
Trump suck Bill's dick, got his big old belly sick. From the come up, Clinton, ton. Back that truck on your way. Back that dunk, that. Trump suck Bill's dick, got his big old belly sick. From the come up, Clinton, ton. Back that dunk truck on. Hey, we gon' rock it to the wheels
Wait a minute.
Hey, we gon' rock it to the wheels Hold up.
So a stunning statement just in from former President.
Oh. There go my girl
They play
Hillary.
too much.
I guess I sharded it myself.
I don't know how they did that. I ain't hear about that.
Now wait a minute. I know y'all lying. This ain't real. I ain't going.
I don't think so. No. I don't think we got that far. But that's what the email had said. Yeah. Oh, he won't say nothing. Mm-hmm. The emails that
So the next time you hear him, don't count the lies.
Next time,
count the eyes.
Count the lies. Count the
You see any black people in the Epstein files? You didn't. White people, why can't we be honest about literally anything? You saw MJ, he was photoshopped in, and that's the entire point. No matter where on the political spectrum you lie, whether it's Noam Chomsky, you didn't see any black people in the Epstein files. You didn't. White people, why can't we be honest about
That's a lie. Diana Ross is in there and Chris
No,
Tucker.
that was Diana Ross' picture was fake. Her son came out and said that they was on the boat and she invited him for a yacht party. And Bill Clinton and MJ was there, but he said them folks are sick. He was because they tried to put him as a victim. He said, "No, I was with my mama."
Oh, okay.
He said, "What is wrong with y'all?" He said, "I was with my mama."
No, there are a lot of people that are angry about all of the pictures of other people, but I think it's terrible. Look.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Put it
Are you
off of him.
surprised by the number?
Huh?
Anything to put it off of him.
Anything.
He gonna come up with a lie every time.
He is, y'all. I'm gonna get into the Epstein stuff more serious and stuff. But when y'all say Donald Trump, this shit is funny.
Mm-hmm.
This shit is funny when y'all say Donald Trump.
He mad, so he doing anything. Oh, JD Vance why you want JD Vance to run now? Because you upset that you on the ballot for November. I never heard of that. So that let me know they plan. I don't know what they got going on. I don't know. I just wait. Because if he on that ballot,
a mess.
Something ain't right.
Something ain't in the water.
Nope. All the Republicans have turned their back. Yeah.
Something ain't in the water, girl.
They failed their audit with the Pentagon. They saying the taxpayer money ain't going to where it's supposed to go. So I say, well, where is it? Money missing from the fund that was needed for people. Well, what happened? I tell you what happened. Them parties he had. That's what happened. Them parties. Building a ballroom. And then I think I'm gonna talk about it tomorrow. I just heard that the Breast Cancer Foundation has been defunded.
Girl, you know what? You in the politics, you can make a lot of money, Bob.
I just heard about that.
If you talk about politics through YouTube the regular way, you can gain some of your supporters.
Yeah, I had gained a lot from Nicki Minaj. I was very surprised.
Mm-hmm.
They mad at her. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she can come back from this. I fear that her career is over. The Nicki is a past.
Yep, they mad.
They is upset. But they mad at I was watching Tasha K before you went live. Angela Stanton King is getting drugged.
Why?
She said, oh, well, at least Nicki Minaj, if y'all wanted Nicki Minaj to dance for ABs. And I'm like, but okay, Angela, you have to understand. Have you seen what's going on with these little girls and stuff that are coming up pregnant by men that's supposed to protect them? Have you been paying attention? They ate her up so bad. They was on Tasha K. Tasha K had to cut the live off. That lady
Wait a minute.
her,
Candy is so behind. She don't know what Nicki did. still Candy.
Okay, Candy. Okay. How long you gonna be on here? I can break it down.
Can you break it down in like 7 minutes?
I sure can.
Okay.
So she made up a propaganda that Nigeria Christians are being unalive. It's not just Nigerians. It's Nigerians, Muslims, and anybody that own any type of land on the ground, because they had a conversation with their Congress people that they didn't want their new president in because of the fact was they have their gold and minerals. Now it's not just Nigeria, it's Congo and oh my God. One of them states in Africa, one of them countries in Africa. The reason why they want Nigeria is because Burkina Faso has took over Africa and said no American money, none of that. It is all African money. No, none of that. It's all African, and we're going to build Africa up. Africa has a lot of energy and minerals. So what this heifer did was started propaganda, spoke at the UN. Now Nigerians will be banned starting January 1st, knowing they can't come here as refugees. She's not saving Nigeria. She just set Nigeria up. Now people are pissed off because now you sitting up here with this lady who fake grieving, talking about Christians and the bad guys and all that stuff to get a green card. She's not a citizen.
Did you know she wasn't from here for real? Hey, White Chocolate. Yep. Thank you.
She came over here at 5. Now she had the opportunity when Biden was in office to get it without nothing, but because her husband is who he is, they said no, ma'am.
Who you talking about, Nikki?
Uh-huh.
Oh, she can't stay.
She doing anything not to go. Plus, she trying to make it seem like, oh, Jay-Z them after me. No, it's her because she's broke. They paid her $1 million to be on there. She gotta pay that man or she lose her house. Yeah, she got a lot going on. That man don't put her in positions that
she was born in Trinidad.
Mm-hmm. Right, she came in, and came over here at 5 years old. Her brother probably be going back because he convicted. Mm-hmm. He's a convicted one too. He in prison now.
She done fucked up the church's money, you think?
Well, I think her career is over because the bars was throwing away perfumes and CDs yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Y'all be sleeping on Malisha over there with that content.
Oh, and one more thing. I want y'all to remember, she say black women should not say that they look good to appease white women. And JD Vance got the okay to say that white people can be white people again.
I'm done.
She did. She did.
She said she ain't got her green card yet.
Nope. She not gonna get it. He's not giving her that.
Wait a minute. Why she been over here since she was 5? Why wouldn't she have
She
it?
want the validation from him because she feels she's mad at the black community because she feels like we didn't support her enough. So
wait a minute now. Hold up. Hold the hell up now. Who the hell do she think her supporters are?
Black
Ain't no white
gays.
people over there thinking they know fucking Barges.
Now they think they Barges.
Well, yes, they are.
Now.
But they ain't going overboard.
No.
Bye, Nikki.
Her career is done. Once January 1st hit with this new stuff coming into play.
Nikki, me and your career is done at the same time.
They say the bars would say she can't come. I did a video where her bars was on Spaces crying and arguing with each other. And I was just like, wait a minute. What? They went crazy. They were eating each other up. They are so mad. The main bars that she loves so much, fan pages, they're gone.
Damn.
It's over. They going nuts.
Shut up, Mika. Mika said bye, Amber and Nikki. Bitch, I'm from here. I ain't going nowhere.
I'm telling y'all now, long as that man in office, get ready to see this girl tap dance for her life. Once he is gone, ooh, I feel bad for her.
She might make a comeback like I might make a comeback.
Because the way she tap dancing, the way she tap
I bought
dancing,
a new mic. Hopefully my mic can make me make a comeback.
She tap dancing bad. I didn't know she was. I say, wait a minute.
Good
I say,
night, Candy. Love you.
People that go to Trump, they broke. I say, oh, she broke for real. Oh, because they was going to take her house. Wow. Well, I want y'all to remember that Young Money has fallen, but Cash Money still standing. Birdman ain't got. Birdman has left the building. That's sad. Birdman ain't saying nothing about that girl, ain't coming her defense or nothing. I'm trying to figure out what they got going on.
Him and who? Her and who?
Him and Nikki. Because
wait a minute, I thought he was with Tony.
He with Tony, but Nikki under his label.
Oh yeah, so
who Nikki claimed that stole from her is his stylist, and he was there at Versus, but Nikki was not. I don't know what's going on. I think that relationship is done for in my eyes.
Lolita said her husband and brother are pedos. Her island needs U.S. support for trade.
Yep.
Are indeed her people where is the president for council. I'm trying to see some.
But see, a lot of people mad at her because they say Trinidad is now invaded by American army. Why haven't you talked about that? Which is fair. Why haven't you talked about? Cause I don't know what's going on with her in Trinidad, her in Birdman. Something ain't clean in the milk. Drake suffering by his lonesome. I don't know.
Some ain't cleaning the milk with Trump too, with this Epstein stuff.
Right. I have never heard a president back on the ballot for November. I say, what?
Wait a minute now. You say his song is "Get Fucked Tonight." That's Trump's song.
Yeah, that's what they said. That's what they said. I knew something was up when he won. And what's his name over, which is now his nemesis, was his best friend, posted his wife from the country she from. The government posted his wife in a nasty way. And I say, you ain't gonna say nothing? You're not gonna say nothing? He ain't say nothing.
Damn.
He treat that woman like it's sad. Very sad.
Wow.
That marriage is over.
Wow.
I'm telling you who else marriage might be over that we might see.
Talking about Bill.
If that vice president running the way they trying to, I love to rub people's heads when I give a hug. Girl, bye.
Girl, bye.
In front of his wife, and she ain't been wearing her ring. Okay. Well, congratulations.
Well, I'm finna get off. I've been on here long enough.
All right.
All right. Thank you for coming up. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Okay. Bye, y'all.